Hey there, survivors, how's it going? I'm your host, Douglas here, Drownway Productions, bringing you another Screaming Ghostface Collectors video. As of recent, things have been pretty slow here on the channel collecting-wise, and that's mainly been because I haven't had a lot of spare money to go after different collectible pieces, and then also, a lot of the stuff I've wanted I either haven't been able to find in person, or online. It's been more expensive than I've been willing to pay personally, so I guess Ghostface collecting, at least for the moment, has taken a bit of a back seat. At least unless it's something very, very cool that I couldn't pass on. However, what we have in today's video are a few new additions to the collection that were all gifts to me. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to kick this off with a Christmas gift from my friend Dylan. We have a new Ghostface shirt. A pretty cool piece of apparel, might I add. Here we have this awesome, almost black metal-ish styled, at least with the font, Ghostface shirt. Of course, the image of Ghostface himself, theirself, is just this classic ultra-white image that we've used for quite a while. However, this shirt does have something very cool about the graphic on it. If you look closely, not only is it red and blue and white, so it kind of has this subtle 3D effect that I'm actually wondering if it would do anything with 3D glasses on. But outside of that, the red on here is actually glitter paint. So it's textured, very, very glittery, very sparkly paint. I don't know how well that's picking up right now, but of course I'll be sure to give you guys a close-up. Looks very, very cool in person. Probably doesn't show very well on camera, but even just the black and gray, or like gray and gray tie-dye on here looks really, really good. I think it's a great looking shirt. And speaking of shirts, they have put out a ton of new Ghostface shirts recently. I've noticed at Hot Topic, mainly at Spencer's too. They've had some really, really cool ones. I think I may have grabbed some pictures of some of the ones that really interested me, but the one that I think is hilarious that they even made it and that it's officially licensed is the Ghostface flipping the bird shirt. I'm sure many of you have seen these edgy shirts at Spencer's. It started with Michael Myers, then Leatherface, then Jason, so on and so forth, and of course it has spread to Ghostface. And I believe the image they used was pretty much the same exact one that's on this shirt, but then they just like have a completely different style hand flipping the bird added to it, and that's officially licensed, all right. I kind of want it just because of how goofy it is, and I don't know, I think those shirts are kind of cringy, but I kind of want one just because of that. But there's also been some other really, really cool style shirts that I've noticed as well, and I know that this was one of the coolest, but there were like 3 or 4 others that I really, really liked. I don't remember if I did grab photos of those. If not, then you guys are just hearing me talk about shirts I like that you'll never see in this video. But if I did, then hey, it's on screen now. Moving right along, we have another item from Hot Topic. This is a new one, and it's actually pretty cool. I actually like this one. Here we have the Ghostface Smashies Hot Topic exclusive Ghostface Smashie toy. And what is a Smashie? Well, it's like a squish toy. It's one of those stress reliever, like dense foam toys that you can crush down to the smallest size, then open it up and watch it expand back to its full size and take its original form. That's what this is. There's not a whole lot to the packaging, as you can tell. You got a plastic bag here. The back of it just has some copyright information for both companies. And yeah, at the top you have the Ghostface logo and some blood drips. So not a whole lot to note packaging wise. Now, as far as the actual product itself, we have that Scream 4 TD Ghostface image made 3D. So we've got a full miniature bust of TD Ghostface. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. Just based on the fact of it being a small bust of Ghostface and the sculpture itself looks really good, I really like this. Regardless of whether this was just a miniature statue, maybe part of another hanging decoration with like, you know, the fabric coming off of it, this is pretty cool. But the fact that it's a squish toy is so odd and unique. I definitely love it, but it's still just such a weird addition. Oh, and for those of you who are interested in picking one of these up and you're wondering what the price is like, these are only running around $10.90, so like $11. For that price, personally, I think this is a must grab for any Ghostface collector. Another very strange addition that I almost got, but they ended up selling out right before Christmas, is the Ghostface Chia Pet. That exists. Why? I don't know. Out of all the questionable choices of different products to make and people to work with, doing a Ghostface Chia Pet might be one of the strangest choices to me, because almost every other Chia Pet is supposed to have hair. It's kind of the point, is that it grows and the Chia is the hair. Ghostface doesn't have hair. I don't know why they did that. I don't understand it, except for money reasons, marketing. It makes sense there. It's such an odd addition. I need one. I have to get one for the collection. Oh, Fun World, you've got me by the balls. If it's not cool, then I'm buying it simply for ironic reasons. You know what you're doing. And the actual last addition in today's video is the new Handmade by Robots updated sculpture Ghostface. This is the standard style for Ghostface now. However, for those of you who are Ghostface fans and collectors, or who have just paid attention to these videos, you would know this is, of course, not the original style. It's actually completely different. Alright, so this is the updated, smaller box version of their standard Ghostface. You can just take a look there. He is number 8 in their series, whereas this is the updated one. He is 184. If we take a look at the top of the box, you will notice the differences in sculpture style, how massively different they are. The older one had a much smaller, shorter mouth, really round, wide opened eyes, and no nose. No nose face paint. Now at first, I was not a huge fan of the face design on these, but over time, they definitely grew onto me. And I would say pretty quick as well. I really do like them. Something about the face is really cool. I would almost like to see one of these in like a full scale half face mask, like vacuum form mask. I think that would kind of look cool. And the updated one looks much more akin to the classic Ghostface look. The sculpture on the face just looks like the standard EU mask. It looks pretty much spot on. You've got the nose, the eyes, and the mouth all appropriately sized. It is also worth noting that the new style is not just a head resculpt, but the entire body has been redone. The arm is more like resting on the top of the foot instead of at the side. It almost looks like Ghostface is a bit thicker as well. The head is much larger on the newer version, and the knife on the newer version might be the biggest letdown. Personally, I think the rest of this sculpture is a massive improvement over the original, even though I do like these, especially since they did so many in this style. However, the knife is like really flat, warped up against the body. It really doesn't even read as a knife. I'm not a huge fan of that look. However, the face and the rest of the figure updated, I think looks much better. The box, very different. You've got different Ghostface logos. The blood on this one, or like the coloration, is much of a darker, deep crimson color, whereas this is more of like a bright neon red blood. The mission statements on the side, I believe, are the same as far as what they say, but the image is different. Now you have the robot mascot with a knife in his chest, so that's pretty interesting. It also looks to be that weird triangle-shaped, short Ghostface knife, so that's kind of funny. Apparently there has been an update on who can play with these as well. If you look at the bottom of the classic style, it says 14+, whereas the bottom of the new style is ages 3 and up, so I guess some things have changed there. Maybe that has to do with the pointiness of the knife on this one. I don't know. Looking over them both, it's also worth noting the original did not have the Ghostface Lives logos and branding on it, whereas the new style does, of course. And let's see. On the back, I guess you just have the best look at how different these are. And for any of you who are still watching who have made it this far, I am actually sponsored by Handmade by Robots. So if you're interested in picking up the new sculpture style or any of their entire Ghostface line or many other characters that they offer, please consider using code DROWNED at checkout so you can get a little bit off your order. And yeah, with that being said, I guess there's really not a whole lot left to show you guys, not a whole lot left to say. These are some pretty basic additions to the collection, nothing too crazy, but still worth going ahead and putting out a video for you all there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I love you all, thank you for watching, and see you next time.